I was thinking, having a conversation about the concept and the tension between fate and human will. How do you delineate between what the universe has planned for you versus like what you put as part of your effort? Throughout the evening, we will explore stories and characters that do that.
As often happens with gentlemen, Federico fell in love with a noble lady named Mona Giovanna. In an attempt to earn her love, he participated in jousts and tournaments, held banquets, lavished gifts on people, and spent his wealth without restraint. She, however, took no notice of either the things that were done for her or the person who did them. As Federico continued to spend money well beyond his means, and wound up poor man, left with nothing except a tiny little farm and a single falcon, which was among the finest in the world. Mona Giovanni was left a widow, taking her son with her to an estate of theirs not far from Federico's farm. To his mother's deep distress, the boy happened to fall ill. The boy said, "Mother, if you could arrange for me to have Federico's falcon, I think I'd soon get better." Her love for her son got the better of her. The next morning, the lady went to Federico's farm. After receiving his respectful greeting, she said, "I have come to make amends for the harm you have suffered on my account. What I offer you by way of compensation is that I and my companion should like to have a simple dinner here at home with you this morning." "My lady," he responded, "I cannot recall having ever suffered any harm on account of you." Distressed beyond measure, he ran here and there like a man out of his senses, but had no success in finding either money or something to pawn to buy something to feed her with. His eye happened to fall upon his precious falcon. He seized the bird, and finding it nice and plump, decided it would make a worthy dish for such a lady. After they had finished dining, the lady felt it was finally time to tell him her reason for coming. "I am forced, against my will, and contrary to all the rules of decency and decorum, to ask you to make me a gift of something I know you are deeply attached to, and that gift is your falcon, for which my son has such a longing that if I do not bring it back to him, I fear his sickness is going to get so much worse." When he heard what the lady wanted from him and realized there was no way for him to be of service to her, Federico began weeping in her presence. She could not hope to be able to obtain the falcon, and she feared that her son's health was therefore in jeopardy. She took her leave of him, utterly despondent, and returned to her child. To the immeasurable grief of his mother, in the space of a few days, the boy departed from this life. The lady was urged by her brothers to remarry, since she had been left very rich. Although she would have preferred to remain a widow, they insisted, and she finally recalled Federico's great worth and his last act of generosity. "I would gladly abstain from marriage," she said, "if only it would please you, but since you really want me to choose a husband, I will choose Federico."